Clean Getaway by Nick Stone. Route 12. Off the grid. But this time, after just a few minutes, Scoob can't take it anymore. G-Ma, was this House on Wheels made in Tennessee? He says without looking in her direction. She turns the radio down. What's that? I noticed we have a Tennessee tag, he continues. So I was wondering if the Winnebago company is based in Tennessee or something. He faces his window and clenches his jaw, not the least bit smooth, and G-Ma doesn't reply. Now what's he supposed to say? His eyes shift and latch on her powered-down cell. You mind if I use your phone? Depends on who you want to call, and she winks. Probably shouldn't call Dad then. She'll be able to see it on the call log and might get mad or something. And who knows what she'll do then. Just want to holler at Shanice, see what she's up to. Shanice, huh? Yeah. No response. I kind of miss her, he adds, upping the mushy factor. Grandmas can't resist that, right? She pulls her focus from the road to look at him suspiciously. Then she smiles. That'll be fine. With relief tingling in his fingertips, Scoob grabs the thing and unbuckles his seatbelt. Where are you going? She says. Oh, I could use a little privacy if you don't mind. She shakes her head, which makes Scoob feel like a helium balloon is expanding in his throat. He knows if he tries to respond, either his voice will crack or all that'll come out is a squeak. No can do, kiddo, she says. Not safe for you to walk around back there while we're in motion. You want to call Shanice, got to do it right where you're sitting, with your seatbelt fastened. Oh. Scoob could bring up all the times he's already walked around back there while they're in motion. He very specifically recalls being asked to grab a grandma protein shake not too long after they began their journey, but he doesn't want to push it. I guess he won't be telling Shanice about everything going on and how weird and uncomfortable it makes him feel. But he certainly can't not make the phone call now. He makes sure the ringer switch on the side is set to silent before hitting the power button. Doesn't want her snatching it from his hand if the message notification happens to chime. And it's a good thing he does, because there are 3 new voicemails, all from Dad. Scoob knows it's a risk, but instead of actually calling Shanice, he makes a show of dialing the number, in case G-Ma's sneaking glances in his direction, then taps to switch over and listen to a voicemail message instead. He puts the phone to his ear and smiles at G-Ma, feeling guilty as sin, as she would say. Then Dad's voice comes pouring out of the ear speaker. Mama, I don't know where you and William are, or why you're not answering my calls, or even if you still have this phone, but I need you to call me back immediately. Some authorities came by here and they're saying you... Mama, I need you to call me back now. Please. Click. For a second, Scoob sits frozen. The phone attached to his face as if glued there. He blinks and blinks. You all right over there, Jimmy? Comes G-Ma's voice, slicing through the block of ice Scoob feels trapped in. Yeah, he says. Shanice isn't answering. I'm going to leave a voice... But he catches himself because if he says voicemail, it might tip her off. He quickly pulls the phone down and taps to delete the message he just listened to. I'll try her again later, he says. All righty. And, I'm William, G-Ma. Sure are, Grandma replies, and she holds out her hand for the phone. Scoob takes what he hopes is not an obvious deep breath. He knows what he needs to do and that it's now or never. You mind if I call my dad too, G-Mom? I'd like to check in with him. Make sure he's doing okay at home without me and all that. Maybe later, she says. You know how he is. Can't have him spoiling our good time, now can we? Scoob grips the phone a little tighter. Guess not. Now hand it over. Except now he's got a real problem. Because if she were to check the call log right, it would be clear that Scoob lied to her. He never actually placed the call to Shanice's number. So as much as he wants to leave it on so he can snatch it up and answer it the next time Dad calls, why isn't he calling now? Scoob shuts the thing off. Then he lays it against her outstretched palm. When she pushes the button that usually makes the screen light up and nothing happens, her eyes narrow just the teeniest bit. You turned it off? Scoob can hardly breathe now. Yeah, it was off when I picked it up, so I figured he doesn't have a clue how to finish that sentence. which turns out to be fine. After a second, Gma nods. Good, she says. She drops the phone into the small storage space on the driver's side door where Scoob can't reach it. You and I are going off the grid.